So let's see what we got. Core Red going to be starting on that CT side. IRL team over towards T. And we already had a quick chat earlier about the slight differences coming through in the new CS2 update. You know, there is going to be that shift towards the CT economy somewhat. MP9 nerf, which we didn't actually see too much MP9 action in that first game of the day that I remember. I feel like everyone was getting to rifles faster and we got to see a bit more FAMAS fun. Okay. Slow contact from IRL team through unders. And then a bit of a pincer towards A seems to be the tactic. Only 2 CTs here as well. So we'll see if Randy's going to be ready to have his head on that swivel. What's going on there? Attempt at the short smoke, but I don't think it's landed in the intended position. Oh, shots coming through. Magnet. Draws attention away, but that jungle control going to be coming through from Imans all the way into window now, and a nice open plant with some solid post-plant positioning from IRL team. They're going to back away over towards main, over towards sandwich. And, oh, that mid-pressure is going to be dealt with. All 3 CTs remaining, funneling in from that CT spawn position. And, mate, they are getting completely picked apart. Falling like flies. IRL team on the board first. Nice little balance there. I can't remember. What's that knife called? I know it's not the flip. Is it skeleton? Skeleton knife? I'm not a skin nerd. Guys, you're going to have to help me out with this, okay? Is that? No, it's not. Oh, I can't remember, brother. Oh, I can't remember. But I'm trying. Those cogs I was talking about, they're not turning, not on the skin game. But hey, IRL team, they are turning to the right side of the map here. Core Red playing the gamble game, and they have lost it, fully stacking A, getting the info that no one's here towards PAL, but Magnet Shock with the left-handed in the middle view model. Mate, that's going to be a rough watch. He's going to just try and draw attention towards himself in market. And look, with the 5.7s, I feel like Core Red, they're happy just to try and find some exits. Look, there's already a couple of AKs up for grabs if you can get these picks onto IRL team. But it's a full stack crossfire over towards CT spawn. We're even boosting. We're boosting up. Chili getting on the head of Randy, I believe. Lovely off angle. Don't know how well that's going to go from him. It's not Randy. Who's under him? Ah, spread, of course. And you're going to die there if you stay. I just want everyone to know that. Oh, look at this. He spotted energy. Thought something was up. Good corner clearance. Nice angled checking. And it was clean for IRL team to start the game. Alas, Core Red, they got those rifles. They got that util. But they don't look like they're going to be getting this mid control. So we've got a missed window smoke, but there's also a con and a short smoke. So interestingly, IRL team are throwing all 3 molly into window. Forces Randy back, but look, he's already found that damage he wanted. Taking Rye Creams out of the equation. Oh, straight through the smoke. Lovely flash to set him up, but Chili, not blinded, is going to spice things up himself. Oh, Imans. Able to take spread out of the mix by Colonel? By Colonel. That's definitely... Huh? Yo, ref. Can I get a replay on that? Referee. Can I please get a replay on that? Can we pull... He just hit him a jumping one tap. Hello? Hello? You guys can't see. I'm doing the owner pixel, you know, hand on my bloody headset. Why has this happened? How's this happened? I don't think anybody knows. I don't think anybody knows how to... Whatever. Nerf the M4, I say. Core Red, though. A beautiful way to pick up their first round. I can't wait for that to come. I'm watching it on the second monitor now. That's going to be my replay system. But look, lovely placement of the HE. Anti chunked down to 53 points of health. And Core Red. Oh, not ready for that one. Chili gets his head ripped off on an angle where he could never see that T jumping up under short. Randy won. He was trying to smell out some revenge, but there's no T's. Pausing those dramas over towards window. However, the CT's here. Magnet Shock going to be swinging around, locking it in over towards short. Not a huge fan of the view model, but hey, I'm sure it works for him. Especially with shots like that. Man is on for the ace. And he's looking to get it done. Oh, info there, but Ironman's denying. Won't be able to send it for another, but he gets at least some more financial damage onto that CT economy. Magnet Shock, though. Look at those 4 nasty ones. Okay, wait. Oh, my Lord. Sorry, I just saw it back on the replay. I'm going to have to comment on that. That's a what the hell-y moment with the jump and one tap. New round, new opportunities for IRLTEAM, and it comes in the form of a potential eco. However, the man who's feeling it, Magnet Shot, goes all the way towards top mid. Unfortunate for Energy, who did see the opponent, but the flash came flying at him. Missed that third shot with the dig, and Magnet Shot knows that he doesn't want to be throwing this AK back into the hands of these T's for free. So he's happy with that first pick and the info, and will just fall away. Playing his life. Ooh, 2-man set up towards Con. I thought they were going to make a play at mid, but instead they're just standoffish. Half covering each other's flank. Chili's position known. And Randy realizes where the danger could be, and he was aware that they could be someone up into towards the window. Chili, though, easy pick out of that one by Colonel. Not realizing his barrel was spotted, his knee was seen, and it was just a awkward way to try an entry there. Randy going to be closing off the festivities, and this is looking damn good for a third. Core Red getting it done after starting to stabilize the economy. And look, what was that? Was that 5? 5 alive at the end of that one? Believe it was. That's stellar. Six deep. And IRLTEAM again looking to contest this mid control. Chili with a flash to set himself up. He didn't break the smoke though. So maybe it was to set up Magnet Shock instead, which is fair enough. He was playing well, but gets ejected from this round. Aggressive move from Core Red after losing a man. You can see they've taken PAL and a main control. And Randy's going to keep on going. But with Palace control, what you guys know is you can just easily start to play retake for the A site, which allows the cheat of the rotation from Jagged Jaw. Even if he just watches the crawl space from CT here, that's a way faster rotation to the B site, which is where IRLTEAM are going. And the numbers already picked apart. Chili going to be ringing true with the AVP. Jaggerjaw in a very open position, but we'll be able to bring that spray back and not quite find another. I-Man's looking damn good for IRL team. And 40 on the clock to clear out sight. They need to try to isolate Chili here, and they certainly will. Couldn't keep dancing around empty. And now it's Randy in a 1v2. He's only died once. So my money's on him. The clutch master of Core Red. But what info does he have? Nothing so far by Colonel. It's not him to jiggle. It's I-Man's first. Flash forward. I-Man's continuing to want to fight, but he's given up the isolated one and leaves by Colonel solo, whose position is now known. Oh, played to a T. I told you, Randy, he doesn't lose those. 2v1. But he chips it in. And Core Red get more value out of the CT side already. IRL team. It was just there. It was just there. But they couldn't get the job done. I-Man's the carry, though. Look at this. 10 kills, 4 deaths. Looking to try and put the team on his back. And he's had some big rounds, but unfortunately it just hasn't converted to rounds on the scoreboard, which is what you're looking for. Lots of flashes remaining for IRL team. I don't know if they're missing this window smoke, like, constantly. Constantly. Come on, boys. We're in the 9 to 10 bracket. You can't be missing those. And Randy won't be missing the easy ones. Big pick onto I-Man's, who's now out of the round. So I dare say there's not a lot of danger remaining. Although it's coming in the form of a deagle in the hands of Rye Cream. Awkwardly, he couldn't see Spread making his way to jungle. The incendiary, the brightness of it, still dialed up way too high. You can't see through it easily. And Spread's going to be able to get himself in a better position to play off Randy on site. Well played out of Core Red to lock in another. And that's what, 5 in a row now for the CTs? It's giving the same aura as last game. Last game, an interesting one. Okay, HE damage avoided. I-Man's heavy artillery getting sent in his direction. A pause at the mid round. IRL team, look at the spread. I-Man's so solo at mid. Everyone else on every other aspect of the map, and I-Man's still able to find value completely solo. Opening onto Chili. Opens up the middle of the map, and IRL team are aware of this, looking for the con control, but Rye Creams may get caught with util in hand. Randy pushing forward through the molly, and he's going to be able to get a nasty little, what I thought was a transfer, but is actually Spread to snatch it away. Where was he? Okay, he was up on ticket. Maybe in front of ticket. One or the other. But nasty couple of shots coming through. Jaggerjaw keeps the man advantage in Core Red's favor. And it's a default plant with no solid post-plant positioning. Util dumped though. And there's going to be no incend to get Colonel out of this position. However, that HE doesn't go far enough. Anti wants to try to fight to stop that cross to sight, and they're going to both find their ones. Randy on 1 point of health. He's already won a 1v2, but now it's on hard mode. It's on extreme mode. It's on hell mode, and he can't get through this round. 5 to 3. Job done. IRL team with the third. Yeah, bloody Randy, I tell ya. He has his highs, he has his lows. And unfortunately, we've seen the top and the bottom of his game. Smoke break. No info gain through. And IRLTEAM. They've hit the window smoke. I repeat, they have hit it. I really wonder if it's person to person or if it's just like spawn to spawn. Someone says, yeah, I'll do it. I got it. We'll pay attention to that in the following rounds and see who it is. Who's the culprit that needs to polish up on the instas. The people must know. And they'll know that Colonel has again put IRLTEAM in a position to try and succeed with the mid control. Cream's just spraying randomly through the smoke, and Spread's going to be falling down. Off the back of that, though, Chili with the Giga flank. Look at him. Oh, picking off the first man that he's seen, and I believe he knows they're coming up short too. But with Apps control, they got a lot of good positions to posture for the retake. Very aware that Jaggerjaw's here, though. He's already got the pick. No, he hasn't got the pick, but he has been seen. Molly going down. There's an incend. He's picked up a proper team Molly. And it's going to force the ants around like they're just trying to get away from water. 2v2. Down to the 1v1. Jaggerjaw. A read on Colonel's position. Info's been tossed across to him. And he's just stood out in the open on 1 point of health. You hate to see it. But it is going to be another round for the CTs. Big win from Jaggerjaw. He's not fragging up too hard, but he's making it work when it matters. I believe he's the B anchor as well, though. So, look, you can't blame him. Rough side of the map to try and control sometimes, especially if the T's don't come your way. IRLTEAM heavily invested in looking for this mid control. All right, so we got, who's that? Energy Lol and By Colonel both saying, no, I'll throw it. No, I'll throw it. And it was a top mid smoke. Okay. It wasn't the window. So I was going to say that missed catastrophically. But hey, it was by design this time. Okay, Chili. 1 for 1 with energy on the trade game. Oh, and he's now on 2 HP. Not what you want to see. Anti in the meanwhile, just going to be going through when energy was blind, so he doesn't attempt the trade, and things look incredibly awkward for IRLTEAM. Randy finds him. Eventually, locks on through the smoke. And Iman's 11 and 7. Mr. Big Killer. 4 more to find in the round. To cause a minor upset. And with the C4 down on short, it feels unwinnable. Unfathomable that he could capitalize on a poor position like this. And hey, he won't. Odds stacked against him. And for a damn good reason. Two more rounds left in the half. Sounded like everyone was having a quick chat together. Energy lock. That's the old window smoke. Let's see if this lineup works. It's in. It's good, ref. Love to see it. So it feels kind of like they've given up on the instas and now they're just going for the old tried and tested approach. Spread, though, in the meanwhile, going to be able to open up for the first of the round. Easy picking for Magnet Shock. Though it did get a little whiffy. Speaking of Chili, he didn't shoot on the first attempt. Had to go back and make sure it was just fully lined up. and Core Red, it looks like they're navigating the anti-eco impeccably well. Smoke faded. And IRLTEAM, a minute in, now looking to make their way towards the A site. Spread, nice readjustment, and the crosshair placement is damn good for the second as well. 3 kills in the round. And Core Red looking for 9 on that CT side. I really want to see more Counter-Strike leading into the couple of coming up weeks. You know, Cologne's starting not tomorrow, but the next day, which is going to be a nice dive back into S-tier Counter-Strike, and we can really see at the top level if, you know, these CT changes are making this more of a CT-sided game again, just with the extra money and the extra opportunities to buy for, like, what, 1 or more rounds a half, incentivizes for these CTs to be more aggressive, play for kills. And we'll see how that adjusts to the top level of the game and how, you know, this level of the game, the grassroots area, is able to follow. Speaking of grassroots, mate, you're going to learn that one the hard way. Right, Creams. Looking to be the entry man, but will walk out looking the wrong way with the flash. Trade comes through anyway. And in a 4v4 on paper, that does favor the T's, and it certainly will now. But the site control still not there. Fast rotation from everyone. And Chili wants to trade, but he's going to be stuck on that ticket side. They don't seem to be aware. Jaggerjaw going straight into the Molotov. A rough fight to take, but it's 4 found eventually for IRLTEAM at the turn. 9 holes down, 9 to go. All in towards the A side, it seems, for Core Red. 4 through Pal. Looking to pop with 2 bangers from Randy. No smokes on the right side, though. Not that it'll matter. Flashes should be ineffective. Double dark setup for the CTs. 3 guns here with the Julies. And, oh, it's the perfect setup, innit? Iman's drawing attention away just from triple. And, hey, it was the perfect read from IRLTEAM to deal with the pump. Randy still in with a shot. He's got a flash. He's got a P250. And he is 12 and 4. So we'll see what he's capable of. Okay. Out on the wide line. Forces the CTs to keep on swinging off of IMARK's contact. But hey, info on 1, 2 of the members is not going to be enough. As they swing together, hit him with the 3-2-1 peak. And that's going to be 5 on the board. IRLTEAM winning both pistols here. So keep that in mind towards the later stages of the game. And we'll see if it just is Core Red doing more of their work on the gun rounds rather than the pistols. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Unfortunately, it is broke. Running it back with the same strat 2 times in a row sometimes doesn't work either time. And that is what you've just witnessed. Perfect example coming through from Core Red. But they just wanted the guns to be had. They wanted to get straight back into this one. And look, hey, MP9 was apparently supposed to be nerfed, but it's still close range. Fire rate's still there. Even if the spread is a little wibbly-wobbly, still gets the job done. And we're going to see a full bonus because IRLTEAM had 5 alive at the end of that one. And, of course, the MP9 still sports that $600 kill reward, one of which is going to be over towards that B site. And where's the other 2? Okay, getting aggro towards A ramp. No window smoke. Core Red seem to want to fight this, just playing with the top mid smoke instead, but it's over towards A main where the action is had. 1 for 1 found, and there was the A main control, but Right Creams falls away instead, thinking maybe there's someone coming through Pal. IRL team don't have the full info on numbers at mid, as Core Red have mostly just contacted their way forward. All 4 at mid. Leaves no room for real creativity. It's just going to be a all-in strengthy approach spread. I don't know if he spotted that position and forgot to communicate it, but Jaggerjaw walking in backwards, unfortunately, may be their undoing. Right Creams won't be able to get another. And it's Chili in the 1v2. If he takes too long to play this, it may just be a crossfire established, but you can see Energy Lol is worried that it may just be the window vent push. Oh, timing perfect, but there's that nerf coming through. Spread at range doesn't work well, and with 30 points of health, Chili steps across the line and gets through both CTs. What a round. The guns get the job done, and Chili keeps it spicy. 3 rounds in the lead after finding their first round for the second half. But IRL team, it was just the bonus, so you'll see them go for an upgrade and have a much healthier buy. There was like 10 points of health in that one. Maybe a Famis retrieved or an M4 instead in that position from triple. And Core Red don't win that one. But you can't live in the past. You can only learn from your mistakes, guys, all right? 10 seconds in, mid control. Looking good for Core Red. Miss every shot you don't take, huh? Spray the common angles and you may be gifted. Unless you're anti. He didn't spray, he just caught the pointy end. But Colonel almost copping it as well. Sometimes this is what happens when you stand on common positions. A lesson to you all. Oh, I-Man's down to 19 and Spread as well as Chili looking to make their way back in, but the spray unfortunately can't track through triple, and it's going to be Right Creams to send it all the way back. 2 points on him, 19 on I-Man's. Ah, and Jaggerjaw. There is still a world where he can make this one happen, but it's going to be quite difficult, especially with Colonel there. Still on 4 points of health. Energy joining the mix, and I-Man's perfect position on the off angle to deal with any push underneath the stairs by Colonel, drawing attention by just making constant noise. And it works out for IRL team. 3 alive at the end of it, so that's going to be solid for the economy. Upgrade to the AK there for energy. And Core Red, it was a rough round prior. Chili barely dragging the team through that one with 1 alive, so their economy is going to be in a unfortunate situation. Only upgraded pistols will be brought into the round for them. We'll have a look at what the options are. But they're happy just to punish any over-aggression that IRL team opt to go for. Not currently seeing any of that, though. Just throwing that blocking utility. Lovely damage from the HE. But the headshot, overkill at that point. And with 30 seconds, the accelerator is put right to the floor. but it's easy pickoffs at range. IRL team been waiting for that one for a good minute and a half. But the kills will come eventually. 8 now secured. Now at a point where even though Code Red had such a solid first half, IRL team showing that maybe it's the CT side where a lot of the damage is going to be done from their camp. Core Red, AWP online for Chile. AKs across the board. You know, util lacking, but we'll see what they decide to go for here. Again, top mid smoke, not smoking off window. And Magnet Shock, rolling back the years, just throwing a lurk smoke out of a main. That being said, Anti getting caught by playing a little too aggressive through underpass. And with him falling, Core Red could be in a great position to close out the round. I believe they know that he's the short player. So be careful. Oh, okay. Angle found from Magnet, but he's also gone very audible on the exit from Palace. I-Man's worried that there's a bit more danger behind the A-main smoke, so he'll just tuck away into the corner. It's faded. He's making a move, and we'll now call the rotate over towards that B site. Energy, mate. You've got a job ahead of you, and that bomb is coming your direction. Colonel, he's rotating to A. I think he's worried about Con with the mid utility that Core Red threw. But little did IRL team know, it's the B site that is under the pump by Colonel, a long way away. Energy does have the AK, but unfortunately has a bad timing, has an unfortunate whiff on the angle. But I-Man's is not done yet. I thought they'd think about the save with the position the money's in. Oh, jumped up. Chile won't get the trigger off. And Colonel now going to be spotted as that last member. Oh, shots going both ways. Colonel will find one, but it's instantly answered for. And neither of Core Red decided to pick that AWP up. Maybe Chile didn't want it. Maybe it wasn't communicated. We can only theorize what went down. We aren't in the comms with the players, but hey, 2 rounds the gap now. Core Red maintaining the lead. And IRL team, their economy is now at breaking point. Round 19, getting deep into the thick of things, and again, just a top mid smoke. Core Red very patient with their approach here on the T side. Con molly, window molly, and a flash to follow just to try to make their way up short. But again, yes, that utility is getting low and lower by the second. And it's just a solid defense this time. IRL team in great positions to deal with said aggression. No chance at Core Red getting up short through the crossfire. Bomb has to go for the full reroute all the way back to a main. And it's Randy again. 1v4 clutch brought back to the 1v3. Info on that first man, second man, and maybe not the CT player. Nah. No idea that Colonel was going for that fast rotation. And we're trading it round for round. If it keeps going this way, though, Core Red, they get that dub. But look at the money. The swing round, the important one, won by the CTs. And now Core Red looking for answers in all the wrong places. Economy cracked. Only Jaggerjaw with a primary weapon, and that's going to be Mac 10. But with 5 members moving their way towards the A site, you got to think it's going to be one of these pops again. No utility remaining other than a flash on Randy. And he wants to send the boys out of Pal. But will it work the third time? You know, it's already happened 2 times at the start of the half. How many times is too many times? Smoke going down in a weird position. Chili can still maybe find some value out of this one. In comes the banger. In comes the pop. It's a 1-for-1, which the teams are going to be happy about. And the trade's going pretty well so far. But it's an AWP posted and attention drawn. With that shot, an opportunity for IRL team to have to go for the retake through CT instead. Core Red get the plant. They get a bit of extra cash for the next. And that incend is going to get big old value. Chili forced into the open. Colonel scopes well. And he ain't going to miss the mark. Info as well starting to come through as Magnet Shock just goes for the wide swing, goes with a couple of shots, and the bomb ain't planted for you, Randy. The bomb's not planted for you, Randy. You got to fight earlier. 3 men alive on the retake. And we're tied on up. IRL team get the job done. And Code Red. Look, they get the plant. They're going to be happy with that to at least get some kind of finances going into the 21st. Chili, okay. Speeding things up. Window smoke up. Hard crossfire from the CTs, though. Turns around back on its head. IRL team, they are hunting for more. And I believe there's good info on the mid member as well as that A main player. But Core Red, they're going to pack their bags. And they seem to have a read on the rotations. Maybe Jagged Jaw heard everything going down. They heard the market player. They heard the guns coming from Powell, the guns coming from Con, and Anti here is looking for a pick, and it's all Anti so far this round. May just be the hero that they were looking for. Randy in the 1v3. Another attempt at a clutch. This will be his 3rd or 4th so far. Lovely taps, but no more found. It's going to be Colonel to catch him, maybe even through energy lol. I'm not sure where that bullet went through. Could have been the corner of empty, but either way, it's a round in the bag again for the CTs. What a half so far. Just clawing their way back into the game. And forcing a tactical out of Core Red. No. Vicky, mate, how you doing? I am reading chat, by the way. If you guys want to have a yarn, spin a yarn, ask a question. Hey, I'm all ears. Well, eyes, because you type it. But hey, welcome. I hope you're having a good time. Enjoying the grassroots Counter-Strike, something that seems to be a hot topic of conversation. You know, this is where it begins. When people say, how do you save NACS? It literally starts at the bottom. You got to have players inspired that want to compete to make it to the next level, then the next level, then the top. All right? You got to have passion, you got to have ambition, and you got to have mother cluckers like Chili that just love to run down and just donk it up, you know? Put their hand up, say they're the entry man. And Anti was locked in the corner, but I believe he's heard Chili make his way to window. So it's going to be a bit of a standoff until these smokes fade. The rest of Core Red in the meanwhile, grouping up at B apps with Chili already set on the lurking window. And Anti's making a world of noise. Okay, Anti doesn't expect the window player. Imans does. Eyes on. But Chili, effective. Anti has found himself in a fast flank on the apps players. Energy lol just needs to live as long as he possibly can by that time for the flank to activate. And let's see if Core Red have the read. Okay, they have an idea that the flank could be on after everything that's gone down before. Cream's way too loud on the rotation, and Chili's going to hit him with the full punish. So 3 big picks out of Chili. Huge round from him, but the job's not done. Anti finding the first on the retake. 2 more to find. Positions not quite complementing each other. And Jagger Jaw Needs to swing on the contact, but he's gone for the quick switch. Anti, what you doing, mate? Hasn't cleared a thing, just jumps out, knows that the time is against him. And the pressure is too much. 11-11, IRL team. Unable to maintain the lead, and if they lose this one, it could be game. Look at the money. It is gone. It is not there for the CTs. And if they lose this, Code Red, they're going to be posting 12, which will make that next round so much easier for them to convert. We're at mid control. Mostly there for Code Red, but they did lose spread right in the beginning. Anti getting feisty with it. Oh, and from the short side of window, Jaggerjaw going too loud. That seems to be a recurring trend here between a lot of the individuals. Anti, though, peeking straight into the HE and catches Chili with no gun out. Magnet and Randy looking for a 2v5. Bomb towards the B site. Magnet looking to draw attention towards the A site, but falls off the ledge. Unfortunate. And is just constantly getting reswung by Colonel. In the meanwhile, though, he has drawn the rotation, and the bomb will go down for free. Molly into Market, and Randy 19 points of health. Another opportunity to clutch, but hey, it's getting harder every single time he goes for it, and this time, it ain't happening. AK in the hands of Colonel with another couple that they could pick up, but at least with the bomb plant and some money in the back pocket, Core Red can play for OT, but IRL team in an incredibly solid position to try and close it out. 4 alive, a couple of AKs picked up. All the way to the end of regulation for this best of one. Both teams showing that they are here for a reason, that they want this dub. And we'll see if it's going to take overtime to finalize what we're looking for here. Red hot towards Apps. Molly on the arch, deep nades, but Core Red playing super deep. Again, quite a patient team in the initial phases of the round, unless they opt to go for something a bit more feisty. Speaking of, Magnet Shock with an MP7 getting feisty at ramp. I don't back that weapon at this range. I don't see that weapon at this range. Not often. But alas, some players still pick it up. Magnet Shock, just again looking to draw attention and hold these rotations towards A. He's been a nuisance at ramp all half and really needs to draw this attention away to slow down the rotations by Colonel. Is going to be brought all the way to CT. So it is a 4v2 on the B side. Anti with a smoke just to deny vision here and isolate the angle on the top bulk players. But it's going to be Anti rather, getting good value for money. Chili left in the 1v3, 30 seconds. And on the wrong side of sight, but he will find that first. Galil in hand, hoping he doesn't get pressured, doesn't get pushed, but it's a window player, Right Creams, to get the job done. And we will not need overtime. It is IRL team with the W.